The sun is in Virgo. And what does that mean? The sun represents your actions, expressions, visions, wants, how you want to be seen, and how you want to see the world. Also, it represents your ego, your uniqueness, and your individuality. Virgo in itself is mutable earth. It's the internal side of Mercury and it's from the sixth house. Being mutable means its major way to manifest and materialize is mutable, scattered, loose, and revolving more about mixing yours and others' modes to manifest and materialize. Being Earth means it focuses more on practicality, reality, limits, boundaries, structure, efficiency, safety, pleasure, and longevity. Being the internal side of Mercury means that it's more focused on receiving ways to think, communicate, analyze, and to use body language or subliminal signs, and then processing them internally with a bit more logic and coldness, but also adding a more female, wise, and caring nature to that process. Being from the sixth house means it represents itself and appears more in areas of your life that deal with work, routines, patterns, health, stress, organization, and efficiency. So, in the end of the day, Sun in Virgo means that you might want more ways to see, act, and express that are related to practicality, routines, and work that are also mutable, logical, internal, but realistic. This can make you pay more attention to yours and others' routines, works, jobs, and security systems, also can make you confused or integrated in others' routines, patterns, and work in logical, internal, and realistic ways. Also this alignment can make you more aware about stress, efficiency, health, and longevity in your and others' routines and patterns. Also can make you show and see more real and structural value in yours and others' real or mental and social routines, work, and organization. You can also be more focused, stressed, or paranoid about health, cleaning, and making sure that you have a realistic, safe environment in real life and in your mind. Also, you can cast more realistic illusions on yourself and others through speaking, thinking, analyzing, or being associated or pointing out matters in the real world that deal with limits, boundaries, money, longevity, science, efficiency, and profit. You can also be more inclined to associate your reality to others' reality, or others might feel more inclined to associate their reality to your own reality. Now let's see how Sun in Virgo is aligning the rest of the energies, not in the natal chart, not in the sky chart, but for example, if you have alignments in Pisces, Virgo opposes Pisces. So if you have that alignment, you might be seeing more reality, more organization, more dryness and practicality in your dreams, illusions, creativity, and spirituality, and they also might be seen as too illogical, too emotional, or as someone that brings hope, purpose, care, and inspiration. Sun in Virgo in conjuncts Aries and Aquarius, so any alignments on those signs might misunderstand how to be or look organized, practical, and efficient, immutable, flexible, or scattered ways. Sun in Virgo also squares Sagittarius and Gemini, so any alignments in those signs are learning how to see or be seen as organized, practical, bountiful, and efficient in mutable, flexible, and scattered ways. Sun in Virgo also is sextiling Cancer and Scorpio, so those signs have an opportunity to integrate or scatter theirs and others' realities, structures, and organization systems. And Sun in Virgo trines Taurus and Capricorn. So those signs have a gift, wanted or not, to be seen and to be more mutable, scattered, flexible, relaxed, or worried about structure, safety, pleasure, privacy, and on social interactions. And for an example, a key aspect of Virgo is that can bring you a lot of relaxation or a lot of worry. Just like I said, Sun in Virgo, trines Capricorn and Taurus, so they have a gift to be relaxed or worried about structure, right? So how so? It's because if you do your work, if you check everything up, for example, you're going to be relaxed because you did a small form of stress, which is checking things up or fixing things, or you can be extra worried if you don't trust yourself, if you don't trust the universe, or even if when you do things, when you fix things, you still don't feel safe, you still feel unvalued. So the relaxation comes from you doing what needs to be done and feeling valued, or you doing what needs to be done and you can't feel valued or you can't see the value in what you have done. That's mutable signs are always very ambiguous. It always depends on how you are doing things or how you are perceiving things. Before we go in the tarot card to represent the general space of this sun in Virgo, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the video, and also to use the links down below to know more about my content. I have a gaming channel, an anime channel, I do streams in those channels as well, and also remember that if you want to book readings or consultations with me, you can use the email down below or the link tree down below to reach my Instagram, where you can check my prices, my services, and DM me as well. And the tarot card that represents Sun in Virgo for 2025 is the star Aquarius. So this means that you might have the ability to see, act on the express or be aware of your own unique mind that represents uniqueness and individuality, rebelliousness and opposition, but in a way that it's fixed and consistent when looking for progress, real connection, real validation, real friendship, and efficient and also freeing and optimized practicality and profit. Also, this means you might be associating yourself or seeing the opportunity to associate yourself with unique circumstances, with unique realities, unique groups, thoughts, thought schools, or people, places, and things in general. Also, this means you might not be seeing yourself as the star, but others might see yourself as a star, and they want to create a constellation by being a star themselves and associating themselves with you. Here, you might be delusional though, in most likely the case is by not seeing your value, by not realizing the value of your uniqueness, of your individuality, how realistic yet progressive and flexible you can be, how light but profitable you can be. Or you might think you don't need to be efficient, to work as much, and to care or worry as much, and you might let your uniqueness and individuality get too much into the air without making any real progress. So, what's the best way to be the star? What's the best way to be seen or see yourself as a star in this Virgo season 2025 is with the green dragon. So this means to bring yourself, even if you need to force it, even if you need to repeat 1,000 times in your mind, bring value to yourself. Bring value to your circumstances. Bring value and validation to your unique mind, your unique thoughts, ideas, ways to express, see, and be seen in unique, individual, logical, structured, flexible, light, rebellious, opposing, but always looking for progress and support systems for you and others in the real world. Make sure to also take care of yourself, take care of your health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritual, so you can be bountiful and see the bountifulness in yourself and in the world around you and within you. Now let's see how the sun in Virgo is aligning the rest of the natal chart. The sun is now 11 degrees Virgo, so it's already going into the second decan. It's in the middle stages, so we're already very into and developing a lot of Virgo-like actions, expressions, visions, wants, or aspects. And the sun in Virgo is now conjuncting Mercury, so it's easier for us to think, communicate, and analyze about our uniqueness, individuality, and ego. It's also easy to overthink and block ours and others' expressions by bringing too much worry and too much reality. In the same way, that stoppage, that block can be good because then you can express and see what's important to be efficient, practical and pleasurable at the same time. Then you have Venus in Leo, fatal attracting the Sun in Virgo. This means that is a fatal attraction, so it's also easier for us to relate and commit in more fixed, consistent, or stubborn, and also unique, spiritual, creative, validating, or gullible ways about ours and others' actions, expressions, and perspectives when it comes to be mutable, flexible, or scattered about practicality, efficiency, privacy, and organization. Then we have Mars in Libra, also fatal attracting the Sun in Virgo. So this means that we might be creating new logical, sophisticated, and social passion, motivation, anger, frustration, and deep desires, or new social, sophisticated, and logical ways to communicate and think about those passions and frustrations. And then it's easier for us and others to see them, act about them, or express about them in more mutable, flexible, or scattered, and also realistic, logical, and related to structure and organization ways. Then we have Jupiter in Cancer, sextiling the Sun in Virgo. So this is an opportunity to act and express in more mutable or scattered ways, also about reality, practicality, and organization to our new ways to expand, travel, and obtain wisdom and knowledge about emotions, feelings, the internal realm, the spiritual realm, and about your attractions, connections, and deep sharing of energy, value, or experiences in general. Then we have Saturn in Pisces coming from retrograde from Aries, but it's now opposing the Sun in Virgo. So you can be balanced or opposed by the world. So, how can you be opposed? Because you might have too realistic structures, too worrying, no pronoia, only paranoia, and no faith. And then, in order to connect or build structures, networking, and association, the world wants it to be or is by default more dreamy, more creative, more spiritual, and more emotional. So you might be rejected or you might associate with the wrong worlds because you're too logical and you're too worried and you're not having enough faith and enough creativity. On the other side, you can be balanced or bring balance to the world by being more logical, more responsible, more worried, and more practical because Saturn in Aries is very good if there is that balance. It's great to bring our dreams into reality, but what if you bring some nightmares? What if you bring some self-sabotaging? What if you're bringing some attachment to toxic circumstances, people, places, things, or substance? So Sun in Virgo can make it feel a bit worse, but the correction in the long term, once you build your tower, the correction, the dryness, and the organization will feel way better because you're going to be way more clear and your structures will be able to receive and manifest your dreams and reject your nightmares in the best way possible. Then you have Uranus in Gemini squaring the Sun in Virgo. This means we are learning how to see in more mutable, scattered, realistic, and practical ways this new wave of change, rebelliousness, and opposition that it's coming in lighter, more logical, more cold, surface level, and detached ways to think, communicate, and analyze about the world, society, knowledge, and ways to share or not that knowledge. Then we have Neptune in Aries in conjuncting the Sun in Virgo. So you might be misunderstanding yours and others' actions, expressions, and visions that are more mutable, flexible, scattered, realistic, and focused on organization, profit, and efficiency. And you might be misunderstanding those things with new feelings, frustrations, motivations, or new deep desires being seen for the first time or being created for the first time out of generational and archetypal dreams, curses, gifts, or blockages. And lastly but not least, we have Pluto in Aquarius in conjuncting Sun in Virgo. So you and others might be misunderstanding in a realistic, mutable, and scattered way the new world or the progress, the path that we are taking to the new world because Pluto is now in retrograde. So we can take a look at the path that we were already doing into that new world. That is a world where you can be or associate yourself with unique mentalities, unique realities that are flexible, rebellious, opposing, unique, and original, but always focused in reality, society, progress, or limitation of freedom, or moderation of freedom, or just building structures that allow freedom, expression, and progress. That's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Believe in yourself and in all possibilities, and you will be all right. See you on the next one.